Are you also someone who is facing a lot of trouble sleeping, and not just recently but since a really long time? Are you also someone whose nightly sleep averages to 4 to 5 hours per night, and this pattern has been continuing since last 4 years or 5 years or even more than that? Are you also someone who keeps tossing and turning in bed after their mind is awake, just so they could complete their 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Are you also someone who doesn't really feel rested after their nightly sleep? If you said yes to any one of the questions that I just asked, you're in for a treat today, because I have discovered a solution for the sleep problem. Hey you! Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So, I have been conducting an experiment on myself since last 3 to 3.5 months, and today through this video I wanted to share the result of the experiment that I have been doing. All the questions that I asked you in the beginning of this video, I was someone who was dealing with all of that. I had a really hard time sleeping properly at night. I couldn't really get that restful sleep that I used to get as a child. I believe it was since the last 5 or 6 years or so that my sleep pattern had become really wonky. It had really deteriorated, especially because when I started with my first job, it used to be night shift, so I had to work from 6 p.m. till 3 a.m. in the morning, and I continued with that work pattern for about 3.5 years. And I believe that because of that graveyard shift, night shift work culture, my sleep pattern started deteriorating. It worsened to a point where I was just getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep every night, and I actually used to count myself lucky if I was able to get around 5 hours of sleep every night. So I was averaging at 4.5 hours, and this had been happening since 5 to 6 years. I felt chronically tired all the time. I felt as if I have not slept in a long time, and I was desperately in need of good sleep, especially uninterrupted sleep. I really wanted to sleep that sleep where I wasn't waking up in every 2 or 3 hours just checking the time or checking my phone, and then again trying to go back to sleep, and then getting 1 hour of sleep, and then again waking up. So my sleep pattern was like interrupted intervals of sleeping at night, and I just wanted to break free from that. Whatever I was facing in my sleep pattern, it was not really normal. Something was lacking, maybe in my diet, or maybe in my supplementation, or in my lifestyle for that matter. Somewhere I knew that the stress of my life and my job and everything, it was definitely a factor which was interrupting with my sleep. And so about 4 months ago, I started doing my research, not only to focus on why am I unable to sleep, but also to focus on how I can correct this problem. And so about 4 months ago, I came across this video on YouTube by Dr. Berg. I am going to link that video down in the description. So Dr. Berg is one of the very few people on YouTube that I really trust. He gives like really good advice on health related topics, and I had been following him for quite some time, so I already knew about his credibility. And since this is the one source that I trust, I thought to try out the remedy for poor sleep that was given by Dr. Berg. And the remedy to correcting poor sleep is taking magnesium. Most of the people across the world are deficient in magnesium, and most people who are sleep deprived are also found to be deficient in magnesium. And so, as suggested by Dr. Berg, I decided to up my intake of magnesium, and so I decided to get a magnesium supplement and start experimenting with it. Now, speaking of the supplements, it is very important that we choose the right supplement for ourselves, right? And Dr. Berg, being Dr. Berg, he also has a video on which magnesium supplement is the best for our body, which supplement has the highest level of bioavailability, which supplement really works, which supplement doesn't really work. So he has a video on that as well. I am going to link that video in the description of this video. What I found was that there is this specific compound which has the highest bioavailability, and That compound is magnesium glycinate. So if you're someone who decides to try a magnesium supplement to cure their sleep problem, I would suggest take magnesium glycinate, just like Dr. Berg would suggest, of course. So magnesium glycinate is readily available over the counter. It's an OTC supplement. You can find it online as well. So the brand of magnesium glycinate that I particularly use is this brand over here. It's available on Amazon, so you can purchase it from there. Also, the best time to take this supplement would be after your dinner and 45 minutes before you go to bed. Basically, magnesium starts relaxing your body, it starts relaxing your nervous system, and so taking a magnesium supplement during the daytime is not the best thing to do, because during the day you want to get your tasks done. And so the best time to take magnesium, or magnesium glycinate for that matter, would be before you go to bed and after your dinner. Since I have been taking magnesium glycinate for more than 3.5 months now, I just wanted to share some of my first-hand observations with you. Personally, it took me about 2 weeks to really start observing the results. So you would have to continuously take this supplement every night for, let's say, a week or 2 weeks. And after that, you would see an improvement in your average sleep time. My second observation with this supplement was that my average sleep time increased gradually. So like I said, I was sleeping for 4 to 4.5 hours every night, and that gradually increased from 4.5 hours to 5 hours. Then it increased from 5 hours to 5.5 hours, and then from 5.5 to 6. Currently, I am averaging out at 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep every night, and that is uninterrupted sleep. So pretty much where I wanted to be in terms of, sleeping. So yeah, it took me about 3.5 months to get where I wanted to be with my sleep, and so you need to be patient with the results. The third thing that I found out about this supplement was that since it restores the hormonal imbalance, you may expect that time of the month to arrive late in the next month if you're a woman. So if you're a woman who's taking the supplement, don't panic if you are late on that time of your month. It's okay if your period arrives late. It's just the magnesium doing its thing. It restores the hormonal imbalance. The hormone levels, they're trying to readjust, and so your monthly cycle takes some time to readjust with the changes that are happening in your body. However, gradually it syncs up again. Also, one more fun fact about magnesium is that magnesium helps in the absorption of vitamin D3 in the body. So, if you're going through a vitamin D3 deficiency and you are taking vitamin D pills, they won't really work if you are magnesium deficient. So, taking magnesium really helps in the absorption of vitamin D3. Whether you're sitting in the sun or whether you're taking vitamin D3 pills, the absorption of vitamin D3 would be enhanced if you're also taking magnesium. So yeah, that is how my experience has been so far with magnesium glycinate. Before taking magnesium, I had a lot of sleep problems. I never had that restful sleep. But now, after taking magnesium and magnesium glycinate for that matter, my sleep has become really restful. I feel rested after I wake up. Like I actually slept, The uninterrupted sleep part is it's a godsend, to be very honest. If you sleep an uninterrupted sleep for 7+ hours, that can make a whole lot of difference in your entire day and in your energy levels. And so I have been having that uninterrupted 7-hour sleep after taking magnesium glycinate. I feel good about sleeping now. I don't feel as depressed about my sleep as I used to. I feel good about taking this supplement. I think this is one of the very smart decisions that I have made about my health. If you're someone who's having a lot of trouble sleeping and you just cannot figure out why, I would suggest you try magnesium glycinate before you go to bed. And after a month or so, you will definitely see a difference in your sleep quality. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you gained something of value through this video today. I wish you lots and lots of good sleep, good recovery, good relaxation in your life, because To be honest, you don't really deserve the stress that you are carrying throughout in your mind and in your body. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till the end, I hope to see you soon. Till then, take care.